management. Actually, I had got into some situation with management that I was with before I even got signed with Jive, and I had a manager skip out of town with some money that we had won, from a talent show, and there was a lot of trouble with that. And the day I broke up with him was actually the day I was bumming a transfer, trying to get a bus to get home. And I was walking down 79th, and I walked past the Regal Theater, and it said a gospel play was going on. And I went in there, and I asked the guy, I said, "Yo, man, any more auditions going on?" He said, "No, we just closed it up, man." I said, "Man, give me a chance, man. Let me do something. I'm on my last dime here, And they were like, well, that's it, man." So I started singing anyway. And I sang a song, Amazing Grace, and they introduced me to Barry Hankerson. I sang to Barry Hankerson, and he offered to put me in the play. And I said, that's great. And so as time went on, come to find out, he wanted me to, I told him that I could write. I didn't want to do the play. I want to write and do my own album. So once I showed him a couple of songs on the piano and a couple of demos, he's like, "My God, you write. You can write. Let's take you to Jive Records." And that's what we did.
As far as the illiteracy and he couldn't read and things of that nature, Barry Hankerson was aware of that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now,
because I had Robert, I took Robert.
Exactly. So, I'm sorry, go right ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I just let him know how Robert was, because Robert, we went to audition for a play that Barry Hankerson was doing at the Eagle Theater on 79th in Chicago. And Robert couldn't read, so I knew that I would have to be the one to read the script. And I didn't know if they was going to go for that, because they heard his voice, and that was appealing. So I saw Mr. Hankerson sitting in the audience, and I went out there and I sat with him, and I convinced him to listen to Robert right there. And I went and got his keyboard out the car. Robert played for him, and that's history now.
Right.
Because Barry went right to work.
And he then showed me, did he fuck him over on any of his projects since he knew that he couldn't read in some sort?
Well, when you're in the beginning of the game, it's like coming in new.
Right.
Here's a golden goose.
That's right.
And Barry, at the same time, was a businessman.
Right.
And that's how I see Mr. Hankerson as a businessman. He always showed me the game of business. He was a businessman. Did he take advantage of Robert? For me, did he have the opportunity? Was in the beginning, probably he had a vision to want to control this.
Right.
So I would think that that's a natural thing that any businessman would want to do, but to misuse him, I didn't see Robert's paperwork. He did have a way with Robert to where Robert swayed to Barry and away from me.
Now, if you were the one who said that you had to read his paperwork, now you coming back saying that you didn't see his paperwork. So who helped him out in signing all these contracts that he had to sign at the beginning?
I just looked at my wrist, I got time today. Fuck it, I'm crossing the line today.
Unfortunately, Aaliyah's legacy is forever tied to R. Kelly, whose sex trafficking trial begins Monday in Brooklyn. And we've learned that his illegal marriage to her will actually be used as evidence.
In the upcoming trial, Aaliyah is referred to as Jane Doe #1. By the way, all of the women are anonymous in the trial, all 6 of them. And as many of you know, R. Kelly married Aaliyah when she was just 15. He was 27. According to the marriage license filed in Illinois, they lied about her age, saying she was 18. And the real point here, the sticking point here, is he also apparently, R. Kelly, worked with a government employee in Illinois to get a fake ID so the marriage could happen, paying a government employee to get the fake ID. And that's where the sticking point, I think, will come out and will be discussed within the trial. We know that he's facing multiple accusations, and the trial starts on Monday in terms of the very beginning stages, but then we're going to see testimony a little bit later in the month. This is happening out of New York in a U.S. court in New York. And, you know, I think a lot of folks remember that hashtag Mute R. Kelly. We have sound, I believe, from the founder of that, because this was all over social media after, of course, we know that the documentary came out talking about those who survived R. Kelly. Let's take a listen to this.
There was a paradigm shift in how we were talking about R. Kelly. It was no longer the joking that we saw with Dave Chappelle and Aaron McGruer. It was now, hey, these are young girls. Most of them were underage. Majority of them were Black. And what was happening here? And why is it that the sexual violence of Black girls, especially poor Black girls, a joke? And so we started not only calling him out and holding him accountable, we started holding the community accountable too.
Accusations span from 1994 to 2018. He has pleaded not guilty. Again, the testimony will begin later this month on August 18th. He faces charges in a U.S. court in Brooklyn for racketeering, sexual exploitation of a child, kidnapping, bribery, and forced labor. In 2019, with the docu-series, which was called Surviving R. Kelly, that renewed the focus, as she was mentioning, about the accusations and really bringing it to light. And you had more folks speaking out about it. And remember the family members who were speaking out saying, I don't know where my daughter is.
It's not about what the world thought it was about. It was about me getting relationships with my daughter.
Don't paint no picture. Like, I have not talked to you guys in over a year because I would call you guys 4 or 5 months at a time. So to believe something like that, so extreme, so bizarre, so outrageous, I just couldn't even fathom my parents believing something as bizarre as that.
Trying to get them free, saying they've been ostracized from them, held captive, and he's denied all of this. And the trial's been a little messy. He keeps switching lawyers. He keeps trying to get out on bond, getting released, getting something, and they keep denying him, which I believe is a good thing. But you know, there's been a lot of controversy surrounding this case, and of course we're going to be live next week talking about it, and I'm sure Candace Kelly will be breaking down some of the trial details as well.
Absolutely. You know what they say, whatever happens in the dark comes to light.
I got issues with Rob, man. I got issues.
Now that's what I want to get into. That's a great segue. Let's get into that.
But they're my issues. They're my issues with him, and they are personal.
Right, but there is some that's public though.
He's my family, so you know our brothers and sisters. I got family I ain't talked to in years. Before they call me, I'm coming.
Absolutely.
And that's one of these times, because they putting them on a witness, they putting them in front of a court of people when he already been found not guilty. So why are you doing this all over again? That was wrong. And everybody on that town will know that they're not telling their full truth.
Absolutely. Like I said, I try not to say too much, but me personally is connected to Robert. I don't know him, but I definitely have that. So I just don't want to say too much. So, but I know enough.
Let me say this so I can close this, because there's two things in life that never change, man. That's love and that's the truth.
Absolutely.
And I have both of those with Robert. So therefore, I'm connected. Now, me and him got an issue. Me and him go toe to toe, but you can't touch him.
Absolutely.
He's not in front of me.
That's a fact.
So now, that's where I stand. That's a natural thing that any businessman would want to do, but to misuse him, I didn't see Robert's paperwork. He did have a way with Robert to where Robert swayed to Barry and away from me.
She was kind of nervous or whatever, and she gave you a look like, talk to me. Those the words verbatim, but I wanted to interpret that as help me. Was it like help me or a nervous thing? Please talk to me. I don't know what I'm doing. Explain that.
I kind of like, I look at it like that to say that, when you looked at her, she looked at me, and it's like, I feel totally responsible for that, and I feel remorseful, and I feel like I only can say I'm sorry for my part in that, because when she looked at me, I can only see her now, and I can say, like, I let her down, man. I let both of them down by not making a different decision, because of where I was at and what I had been, and it was all a shock to me. It wasn't something that you saw happening. It was something that happened instantaneously, and I saw two people that were, in my vision, I saw love with Robert and Aaliyah, man. To be honest with you, and to look back at it, I saw them as two people in love. Not to say that it was correct, but their parents also were there with everything, and I was in a position to say, hey man, I did say, hey man, don't do this. Y'all can't do this. You hear what I say, y'all? So I'm not like the big man, but I was closest to Rob, and I should have called Barry Hanks. I should have called her uncle. And I thought about that now. But then I feel like I was kind of just numb, man. I was numb. I really was, because it was, and I want to close that, man, because I want to take responsibility, and I think that Aaliyah family has been through enough with this, man. I mean, for me, Robert dishonored us all in respect to Aaliyah. I can't put anything on Aaliyah to say Aaliyah looked at me and I should have made a better decision. That's what I see in her face. That Johnny, I'm like, I'm a kid.
I stood in the gap to help him for that moment. It was supposed to fix things. It was supposed to change things. It was supposed to give him a reality check, because that's when it first started.
It was supposed to give him a reality check, huh? You don't say.
That's when it happened in my sight. Coming up in the Kenwood days, watching him play with Tiffany Hawkins and the Javantes. They were kids. There was no sexual activity. And it was the beginning, so nothing was really happening. It didn't happen until after he got his deal that he became a monster to me. And I don't want to be misunderstood. I left him in '95. I'm not with him.
Wait. According to Tiffany Hawkins, there was sexual activity. She accused him of having a baby. She's in the indictment. Sexual activity. What you just say, informant? These people crazy. But anyways.
Everybody that's with him after me, they pretty much knew what it was about. I tried to tell the parents. I tried to tell the record company of the things that I was seeing, because I was the first to see. And I didn't see him ever touching the young girls. But
He was the first to see, but he didn't see him touch any look. See, I'm gonna need for him to get it together.
his actions in wanting to entertain them was inappropriate to me. So I tried to make that known. And as we went on from '95, after he married Aaliyah, I did get the license. I did that. I didn't forge it myself, but I walked her into places that gave her IDs. And I did that because Robert was told that he had to do this to save himself from...
Check this now. R. Kelly being charged for bribery, but check what he finna say. He was told he had to do whatever he talking about.
Jail. I've been with him from '85 to '95, and because of that, I stood in the gap to help him for that moment. It was supposed to...
So he was there when the whole blackmail started.
To fix things. It was supposed to change things. It was supposed to give him a reality check, because that's when it first started. That's when it happened in my sight. Coming up.
It was supposed to give him a reality check. This man is being criminally charged for bribery. Meanwhile, listen to this. Drop your comments. What do y'all think about this?
The only thing I have left is my voice. And now I have to use it for my protection, because they left me no choice. See, my work has nothing to do with my private life. So stay the fuck out of my business and tend to your own damn life. So go ahead, say what you wanna say about who I wanna date, but you won't say that shit to my face, cause you know it ain't shit to say. Next nigga bring me some dumb shit, it's gonna be a misunderstanding, cause niggas that listen to dumb shit are niggas that be on that dumb shit. They need a life cause they ain't got no life, so they always caught you in a dumb shit. Back in my path, they don't know the half and so they making assumptions. Just one do assumptions. Cost a man his whole career. Found guilty when you're innocent is the only test I fear. There is one thing that's for sure, and I wanna make this shit clear. I done lived my voice and represented my country for 31 fucking years. Damn it, I admit.
It says a lot when prosecutors are relying on career criminals, deceased people, and janky-ass informants to make their case. Make sure you like this video, share, and subscribe. Just a quick reminder, make sure you go and check out my site, www.pdpastries, for all your pastry needs. I do ship, and you can send your payments through Cash App. All contributions to my food truck is always open.
Cookie, I'm a cookie monster. Break your back, crack it open like a lobster.